So, here, with an audience of longhorns behind us, I'd like to give you all the context for a poem of mine titled In the Ironworks Spring. So, In the Ironworks Spring is a poem of mine that I wrote when I was about 11, and it was one of the first 10, 20 poems that I wrote. And what particularly brought out that poem for me, or what inspired it, was the Odyssey, and more than that, the mythology of the Greeks and the Romans. Because what always interested me was how active the gods were in the lives of the protagonists of that story, and eventually the Iliad, whenever I read that. And it was how they constantly played with people's lives, and how they were actively either causing as many problems as possible and impeding their progress, or it was actively enabling and helping them out. And out of all the gods, I always felt the most pity, or the most the most pity for Hephaestus, or Vulcan. And the reason is because not just is he the ugliest of the gods because of just his deformities, he also is the one that works the most, because he is the one that is tasked with creating the armaments and the armor and the jewels and all the beautiful things that the gods adorn themselves with. And so he is constantly working within the volcanoes and within the depths of the earth in order to be able to create these things of absolute beauty. And so, in essence, I transform my pity into sort of trying to honor the idea of the toiler, of the worker, and especially of the blacksmith, of that eternal, just covered in soot, covered in just black, ashy, and nastiness, and how, well, at the end of the day, what he creates, or what she creates, is absolute beauty. How we forge from raw materials into, whether it's swords and spears, to flutes, to tools, to the very things that keep things together, whether it's nails and screws and all the rest. And the things that protect us just as much as can harm us. And at the end of the day, that's what that poem is about. To render from the anvil and from the ironworks and from the forge, to make it into a spring from where flows absolute beauty.